Entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the prior meeting. Mrs. Bramer, Matt? Any discussion, deletions, corrections, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Hey, that from my face.
Where do we get these from?
It's okay. Get them for me. I just wanted to make sure it's coming. Ready to go. Is your chair higher? No, really? No, I like it. Good, how are you? Good, how are you? Thank you.
No, I read the
Mr. Miguel?
Yeah, thank you.
I got my text with my other number.
I have one.
Oh, no.
WC, it doesn't look like it's the wrong WC.
Changed it all, actually. If it hasn't changed, I got it already.
Come on, you're not on. Squiggle that, Mike. You're up.
I'm moving.
I do this every time, economic growth and development. I'll get up.
You're not on here.
I don't know.
No.
Gina's late.
No, I can't. Okay, first on the agenda is Alexi.
All right. We have a request to delete outstanding taxes on a piece of property in Queensbury, 302.8-1-2. It's actually the Mullins property. I noticed that back when they had done a reval in 15, I think it was, they ended up tagging the water and sewer back onto it, and they shouldn't have, because we have a certificate of prospective cancellation with them that was signed back in 2010. So I brought that to their attention, and the town of Queensbury passed a resolution to also delete those taxes, so we just need to do the same here for the treasurer's office to be able to move forward and wipe those taxes out. So we're looking for an approval.
Would somebody like to move that? Is that you, John?
Yeah.
Yep. Jean, second. Any discussion?
I don't want to nitpick.
Oh, yes, Andrew.
Change the wording to prospective. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, typed on the agenda correctly, it's just not on this resolution, sure.
Any further discussion? Yes, Ron.
We make the municipality whole on the water charges. Is this going to be effective going forward? How is that going to be?
This is canceling out everything from this year back to 2015. So we will gain the money back from the town of Queensbury.
Anybody else? All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Next on the agenda is environmental concerns. I don't know if Dennis or Claudia want to talk about it. It is a resolution to introduce a local law, bring your own bag law.
We as in Claudia, have been working on a local bag law. Basically, it's very complicated, and it can really get out in the weeds in a hurry. Our interest was to do away with the lightweight plastic bags you get at the grocery store. They predominantly flood the market. The large percentage of the problem with plastic bags is those bags. They're very mobile. Light breeze will carry them hundreds of feet, if not yards. And that was our intent. And it's been all over the place. The governor has recently come out with his own plastic bag resolution. But they get really involved with charging the tax and who gets the money, and Claudia and I have taken it to Intercounty, hoping to get something passed here at Warren County and then take it to Intercounty and get a concerted effort to put some pressure on them to do something about plastic bags. They're very resistant to the whole thing. They were concerned initially about paper bags because, of course, we're in a paper-producing industry here. And I had to agree with them. The bunny huggers believe that a paper bag has a very large carbon footprint. On the other hand, there's a need for it, and they are a pretty environmentally responsible solution, except for maybe their carbon footprint. I'd be interested in seeing what that compares to with whatever you're going to replace the bags with, as far as carbon footprints go. So we've been back and forth and all around. Claudia has been attempting to come up with a resolution that we could get passed in this committee, the full board, and take it to intercounty. The pressure is off until next go-around of the assembly. The bill is circulating in Albany, but apparently according to NISAC, it's not going anywhere in this term, which is almost over. Claudia, you want to elaborate on any of that?
No, I think that's a good background. We went over this last year, round and round, and this does not have any fee. It does not impact or prohibit use of paper bags, and it's only covering grocery stores at the point of sale. So anything inside the store where they want to wrap like meat in plastic is still allowed. It's mainly to get rid of those the most lightweight plastic bags that float around in the air after you get outside the store.
Have all of you had a chance to look at Claudia's proposal? Let me ask a question. Claudia, do you want to make that as a resolution?
Yeah, I'll move it today.
John, are you seconding it, or?
No, I have a question. You asked if anybody had a question.
You're a little too slow.
Well,
Go ahead.
all right, what's the resolution saying? Because this is the first time seeing it. What's the resolution saying?
Basically bans plastic bags, grocery bags.
So this is
we're banning the use of plastic bags in Warren County?
single-use plastic bags less than 2.25 milliliters, which is milliliters? No, that's not right. Mils, I guess it's some sort of measure of the weight of the plastic
So this
thickness.
isn't a resolution proposing that we support a statewide ban.
Nope.
This is a resolution saying that in Warren County, we are prohibiting
Doing it, yep.
single-use plastic bags.
John, I think that's a good point.
I mean,
I think we should start there, Claudia.
Start where?
Supporting a resolution for the state to ban plastic bags. We're not going to solve that here at Warren County. Yes, Andrea.
I don't see why we can't be leaders in this one. People come here for the environment. I don't see why we can't step out and lead. There's no reason. The science is behind this.
Okay.
It's indisputable. These bags are used for an average of 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Then they're thrown away. Just today, I was counting because I knew we were having this conversation. I counted 12 stagnant trees on my way. You know, we need to
So
lead people.
are you seconding Claudia's motion, Andrea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a motion made and it's on the floor. Any further discussion? Ron?
Yeah, first, floor. Warren County Chair, shall have the primary responsibility for enforcement.
You need to go to all the stores.
I'm not sure, aside from the fact that I have temporarily lost seat, I'm not sure that's the change of enforcement that's correct. often you get to enforce. So people that try to call me and, come run out to Johnsburg to find out that bag had trees that Andrea's supposed to do the investigations.
What do you-
You know, it just says or designee, and I think the thinking here was that I would assign it maybe perhaps to the sheriff's department or some department, but I guess what I'm saying is that the thinking is that this is a local law and a violation of the law, and to do otherwise is a violation of the law, then I think we have a very specific chain of enforcement that we should go through. But if this is what the committee,
Did you see the bag, man?
so be it, but I think I need to...
Claudia, where did that come from?
I think I originally pulled this from Suffolk County.
Is that what they did?
I think so. I'm not entirely positive, but I think that mechanism can be worked out if we pass the law. I mean, it puts forward a designee or designees. You can have it be the sheriff, buildings and codes, weights and measures. Those people are out in the field every day.
Yes.
My feeling on that is that if one or all of those districts cited are the enforcement arm of this family of the enforcement arm of this local law, we should decide it with the local law. So why is it that'd be my recommendation.
So you want to change that here in your resolution?
I'm not sure what it should be changed to, to be honest.
Do you want to send it to,
Thought on that provision, like,
you want to send it to Mary, or you want to send it to,
I mean, I think our attorney should look at that enforcement provision.
has Mary seen it? Is that a yes or no?
I have not.
That bears a little more. Okay, you're wrong.
No, we don't, if we're going to do it, it's going to get a lot of heat no matter what we do. Matt?
Why, in, part 2, musical bag, D, made of paper that contains no old growth fiber, why would we dictate when fiber? No, I don't.
They seem to do this in all this legislation. The governor's proposal is to, if you're going to use paper bags, which he allows in his proposal, they have to be 40% recycled
Right, but
material.
I'm just wondering why we would say no old growth fiber. I mean, tree is a tree. I don't
Yeah, I don't
think it's
know.
any more recyclable not being old growth fiber. To me, it seems like just a little gift to, get involved into the logging, the source of where this lumber is coming from.
I agree with you. I don't know so what's old growth? 10 years? 100 years?
I don't know, but if I own 200 acres and I want to log it and it's old growth, why should I be precluded from selling it to a source that's going to use it for recyclable paper bags?
Okay. Good point. John, you were next.
This did go through the Legislative Rules Committee, and it did go before the county Board of Supervisors, and it got voted down, and then it was as mild as that we would support the state in an effort to reduce the use of reusable plastic bags or non-reusable plastic bags. And that failed. As mild as that was. And at the Legislative and Rules Committee, we had the Gulabs and others who said, listen, we support reducing the use of plastic bags because we understand they are bad for the environment. And but we don't wish, what we do want you to do is not just pick on our stores in Warren County. This should be a statewide effort. And it should be something that I'm not rearranging things just for Warren County, I'm rearranging things for all of New York State, which will be a whole lot better for us and better achieve your purpose. And there were other questions too. I mean, so the Legislative Rules Committee hasn't seen this in this format. So, but the other thing, a reusable bag is made of cloth or machine washable material, but no film plastic. What is film plastic?
Andrea?
Film plastic is any kind of plastic bag, what your food might be wrapped in if you go to the deli. When you order things online and they come wrapped in that thinner plastic, that's all film plastic.
Like saran wrap.
Meat can't be wrapped in plastic.
No, that's
No,
not
no.
what it's from.
Bag can't be wrapped in meat plastic.
What?
I'm
There you
just
go.
saying, it's still not clear to me. I'm just being funny, but
Just FYI though, too,
Okay.
if I could toss this in there, film plastic can be recycled anywhere that the plastic bags can be recycled. So like if you have a bunch of that at home, you can throw it in the same place the grocery store has. Sorry.
Okay. Brad?
For a little better idea on a film plastic is like a parchment, what do you call the paper that you cook in there?
Parchment paper? Parchment paper?
Yeah, sorry. It's kind of like that, but it's got more of a plastic coating on it. Like you said, when you go into your deli, the meat market, they'll wrap it up in that paper on one side and the film on the other. I believe that's what you're talking about. Also, what Matt was saying, my father was in the paper industry for years, and there's a certain amount of recycled pulp that they use in bags and that now. It's kind of a mandatory practice for people to use that. They do throw in some regular pulp, regular wood for binding fiber, but a lot of it, they call it post-product using the pulp. So it's mandatory practice, usually in bags and stuff like that. The pure pulp that comes from is more vitrified from writing paper, stuff like that. The other thing I have to say is, I think it's a great idea. I mean, yesterday I was putting away bags, stuffing them in the bags, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's a lot of bags of groceries we got. But the problem is that if Warren County just does it, what about the people, they're going to say, well, geez, I forgot the bags, we're going to go over to South Twin Falls and get them over there. Then they're going to bring the bags back over to here. So, I think it's a great idea. I kind of believe in John that the whole state needs to get involved, so it makes it more mandatory, because what we're going to happen, we're going to isolate ourselves, which I think is going to hurt sort of our local business.
Well, just to respond to that, and I understand where you come from, Brad, and I understand perfectly well as John had proposed it, but we Warren County single-handedly did mandatory boat washing, which is now spreading across the state. Yes, Mr. Wild.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I just want to state that I totally support taking some action along this lines. We can make it complicated by adding all sorts of terminology to the legislation, but my suggestion would be just get something out. Take a leadership role. It's not going to hurt a lot of people, and just keep it simple. No reusable bags or no single-use bags out of grocery stores. Move forward, bring it to the whole board. It's a big school vote.
Well, I think we're heading in the right direction. I think what Claudia has here is pretty much that, with the exception of a couple of things they've asked about, but that's what we're trying to do, get something palatable here we can at least get through the county board. Yes?
Great concept of quality of life in Warren County and the nation. Suffolk County is working on it, but they also say that they actually passed it, I think, last week. We're not number one. We would be
Number two.
on the list. And I
They
agree
passed
with
it last
but the high. Okay. All right. And so we can't be that's with coalition. We'll point out something that I mentioned earlier.
we're trying to be leaders, but we don't have to be the ones that got there. Here to get accolades. And really good government. But people can put a positive spin and people can make money on this too. We need to include large supermarkets, stores that are actually going to take the hit as far as the economics. They haven't developed a system to put a price right. They have a system of price shopping here for the other ones. It benefits our economy and our just the way we do things from day to day when we do grocery shopping. If we got them on board, and then give them the opportunity to say, "Hi, Hannaford, we're opening up a new system." Let them promote their own store. Let them promote the whole process.
Right.
Bring them on board. And also, we don't have to claim our own.
Right. Anybody else have anything? Yes, Claudia.
I just want to respond that I did, this has been floating around the entire Board of Supervisors since November. I redid this, and nobody gave me comments on it. I know you did, and that was the only thing, and I certainly think that we can take out the language about the old growth fiber, move this forward, and have our county attorney look at it before it comes to the board.
So is that your motion?
Yeah.
Superseded? Andrea?
Am I seconding that?
Yeah. Okay. Now, is there any further discussion? Peter?
Yeah, I think we ought to rock and roll. Why don't we start? There may be some modification as we go down the road. After we pass it, then we'll adapt to it. We'll change it. But let's move. It's the right thing to do. It's inevitable.
Anybody else? Frank?
I don't see it.
They predominantly have these lightweight plastic bags. You go in a haberdasher's and buy a shirt and tie, they give you a heavyweight plastic bag. Who? What do they do? Yeah. This might include them. It doesn't say grocery stores. So they might be included. If they're the 2.5 mil bags, micro bags, then it would include them. Right. Matt?
That's one of my concerns, is like, when you go to the farm, it says here, bags provided by pharmacists, but, it's really got to be clear, because they use those same bags for just general merchandise bags. So somebody's going to say, how do you, it's got to be clear.
Well, Matt, I think part of the problem is, what I'm hoping to do with this is hit the bulk of the bag, lightweight plastic bag use. You go in a grocery store, you come out with 12 or 20 bags. You go in the pharmacy, you come out with one, minus several $100.
There's an awful lot of pharmacies.
Yeah, well, a lot more stores. I think that's the bulk of them. Gene?
I'll just say I only had one complaint a couple weeks ago. The gentleman said to me, "What's next? Stewards, coffee cups?" So I just don't know. But my other thing is, shouldn't we have a public hearing on this? Talk to the people.
Yeah, we will.
We might be doing the right thing, and I agree with it, but it's going to alienate a lot of people.
Well, it gets a lot of people excited. I don't know how alienated they are. We got anything but
Only the
one
excited
exception.
ones come out and say that.
Intercounty, yeah.
The ones that are not agreeing with, don't say anything until it's done.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that. It is a hot topic. Kevin?
I just think, I agree that a lot of stores use these bags, so maybe you want to just identify the bag versus concentrate on a certain aspect of the stores, because, they may want to bring a lawsuit against you. I can't use them, but Joe Blow, he uses these, he can use them. So maybe I just identify a type of bag, a little more representative and what the bag is made of, rather than just concentrate on the grocery stores. And just, you could put in there, as an example, the type of stores that you but I wouldn't, if you just concentrate on grocery stores, that means that if I want to open a business, I can use them. So that could hurt you a little bit. I mean, I would spend just a little bit of time trying to define that a little more and more of them, because I contribute to the animal waste, so I get a lot of this back, so I'll tell you something.
Did you want to fight them, right?
I would. I just want to make the observation, regardless of where the board decides to go on this, that we do need to be mindful of the impact on the county employees. We not only have, I assume we'll have a public relations effort, should a law like this pass, to let the stores know, the stores that are covered under this law, let them know that they are covered, let them know what the law demands of them, let them know what their due process would be if they're accused of a violation of the law. We'll have to have county employees, whether it's a seal or weights and measures or another designee of the chairman, to go and patrol, for lack of a better, patrol maybe is not the right word, it maybe sounds a little too antagonistic, but we will have to do some detection. We will have to figure out how this would be prosecuted, whether the county attorney would be handling that, whether it would be a different entity. I assume it would be the county attorney. And when it comes down to a store getting their second violation and getting that fine, how we enforce the collection of that fine. Again, just all items for us to be mindful of, that these responsibilities will fall on county employees.
Ron?
In terms of procedure, Mr. Chairman, we go from this committee, the laws and rules, and the laws and rules work through all of this, or I think, what do you envision as the procedure process?
You asking me that question?
Anyone that would like to respond?
I don't know. We have some issues here. I think we need to step back and work on what we have here. Definitely send it to the attorneys, to Mary. And I don't know, maybe if it should go to the legislation committee and have them answer some of those questions. I would anticipate sometime we'll have a public hearing. We'll probably need to rent a gymnasium someplace or go down to the Civic Center. Everybody's got an opinion on it, that's for sure. So, what's your pleasure? Claudia, you want to proceed with your motion?
Well, as to the, covered store issue versus the covered bag, I mean, you guys are talking about making it much more broad than it is, and I tried to make it as narrow as possible so that it would not be, maybe not as narrow as possible, but narrower than it had been before so that it would not impact a lot of different stores. So I think that should stay the way it is, as a covered store, just being the grocery stores for now. We can always expand it later if that's what you want to do, go to retail stores and every single food establishment store. I know some supervisors might have some thoughts about that. But I think it really should be moved forward in some manner that allows our county attorney to take a hard look at it and maybe to have the administrator take a look at the procedural aspect as well. And if that means going to legislative and rules, that would be okay with me.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor. It's been seconded.
What does the motion say?
You wanted to read it back? Or could you read it back?
As I understand it at this point, we're referring it to the county attorney to review. It's not clear to me whether after she reviews it next year or still more.
Oh, I think it's going to legislative and rules, yeah.
Okay.
So the vote is to move it to legislative and rules?
County attorney,
To the county attorney.
legislation. That's you, right?
That's me.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
And I can
So that's the
support
motion. Everybody got the motion clear? There's no further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, Alex?
I just have one quick other thing. I just wanted to let you all know that I've started the process like I did last year for the defaulted installment agreement parcels. I've put together the list. This year, however, we only have 39 parcels as of this morning that are in defaulted installment agreements. So I've put together my little spreadsheet with names and phone numbers and parcel locations so that I can start making phone calls to these people to, see if there's anything I can do to help them, try to get them in here to bring their installment agreements current or to pay them off, but I just wanted to make y'all aware that that's kind of where we're at. The petitions did go out last month, or actually this month, not last month, we're not in May yet. But they've had a lot of great response just with the petitions being out. I know the treasurer's office has been bombarded with people coming in and paying taxes, but we still do have, these 39 installment agreements that are out there that are in default. So, I just wanted to let you know that.
Lexi, so there's 39 installment agreements that are in default.
Correct.
How many do we have that are not in default?
Oh, I don't know. There's quite a few agreements.
It's over 100.
Okay.
I can't give you an exact figure.
No, just some idea, that's all.
That's that are not in the fall.
Right,
Just the people making the regular payments.
okay.
So, starting tomorrow, my plan was to start for May 1st, start making calls, so that'll be my mission.
Excellent. Anybody have any questions, comments? Anybody have anything further for the board? John?
Yeah, did we approve the March 19th minutes from the Environmental Concerns and Real Property Tax Service?
Yeah, we did.
That's
You did?
the
Yes.
first thing he did before I even sat down.
Did you have something you wanted to change?
No, I just
Point of-
don't remember doing it, so.
Point of order.
All right, just missed me. Thank you.
We're not doing that. Okay, if nobody has anything, I entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Adjourned.